This recipe is inspired by sadza and the many relish options people use when eating it. Sadza is synonymous with pap, ugali, fufu, polenta, grits, banku, nshima, and other dishes around the world. As usual, there are nuances and differences from culture to culture, region to region, and house to house. At its simplest, it is variations of coarse starchy flours, also known as meals, cooked in water until hydrated and allowed to set, often served with meat, veg, stews, or sour milk. These dishes can be made from plantain, cassava, maize, teff, fonio, sorghum, and indeed many other millet flours. Many of these dishes are traditionally made through boiling and long format hydration and can also be cooked through steaming. Malted, toasted, or fermented grains and flours also add nuance and range in flavor, and if you increase the water content, you end up with porridges, typically eaten for breakfast or lighter meals. Currently, there's a lot more creative freedom when making porridges that can either be sweet or savory, well seasoned and stuffed full of other goodies and ingredients. However, when it comes to sadza, people are often more conservative and are stuck combining water and the ultra-refined meal, rarely adding stock, seasoning, spices, or other textures. Historically, people have added legumes, whole grains, leafy greens, pumpkin, and other vegetables, and yes, even salt to the homogeneous base for flavor, variety, and complexity. For this recipe, we are taking some of my favorite aspects of eating sadza and bringing them together into one cohesive mufushwa, a single bite that celebrates the concepts and continental practices enjoyed by so many over millennia. To start, soak 4 tablespoons of mufushwa in some warm water while you prep the rest of the ingredients. In a large bowl, whisk together 1 cup wheat flour, half a cup maize meal, 1.5 teaspoons baking powder, and half a teaspoon of fine salt. Whisk in 1.5 cups of sour milk or amasi and 2 lightly beaten eggs until mixed. At this point, you drain the water from your mufushwa, grate 240 grams of mozzarella, and dice up 240 grams of deli meat or cooked mushroom, and gently fold all 3 goodies into the batter with a spoon. Let this stand for about 10 to 15 minutes while you preheat the oven at 176 degrees Celsius. This will rest the batter, warm up your oven, and allow the maize meal time to hydrate a little. Grease your muffin tray, stir the batter, and divide amongst the muffin cups. Clearly, I'm actually using enamel cups here, and so can you. I would only fill up the containers of choice up to about 2/3 of the maximum volume, as the muffins will rise as they bake. Bake for 20 to 25 minutes until golden and puffed. You can also steam these bad boys on the stove instead of baking them. To do this, you want to add enough water to cover the bottom half of your cups and bring it to a boil in a pot. Once boiling, reduce the heat to maintain a simmer and add in your cups full of batter and cover with the lid wrapped in a kitchen cloth. The cloth will prevent any water from dripping down onto your muffins as they cook. Cook for about 20 to 25 minutes as well, just as we did with the baking. Once cooked, remove from the stove or oven and allow to stand for 10 minutes before removing them from the muffin cups. The different cooking techniques will yield different textures and indeed flavors. The steamed version feels lighter and milder, while the baked version feels more savory with that golden top from the Maillard reaction. Enjoying the muffins, either warm or cold, with the sauce of your choosing. I highly recommend using my chikichori sauce, another celebration of African relishes and ingredients. Link for that is in the description below and in the banner above. Pamsoroi.